Well, since people out here are burning money for YouTube videos, I figured I might as well just, join in. YouTube money, baby. Yeehaw! I can't believe I just burnt 20 American dollars for a YouTube intro. Yeah. So, yeah, guys, a pretty good-sized YouTuber spent $500 on supply drops. Oh, sorry, that's right. We can't call them supply drops. They're called reserves. No matter what you call them, though, they're still just nothing but a rip-off cash grab by Activision and Treyarch. But that is correct. A Call of Duty YouTuber by the name of These Knives Only spent $500 unlocking a brand new ballistic knife that's hidden and locked behind a paywall with the brand new Days of Summer event for Call of Duty Black Ops 4. And I'm torn between whether I think this guy's a complete and utter idiot, or if I agree with his sentiment that he keeps trying to say that this is his job, and that's why, he spent the 500 American dollars to unlock a single stupid little ballistic knife.
No, close your eyes, dude.
Oh my god, dude.
What'd you get?
I got a Spitfire MK2.
Wait, purchase? Okay.
Oh my god, I got an MK2 with the SG-12. Yes, let's go! Let's go! Ah! Finally, bro! Finally, man!
Now, like I said here, I'm a little bit torn between whether I think this guy's a dumbass young kid who really shouldn't be supporting, and I know, like I said, it's his job, and he is These Knives Only, and his channel is based upon and predicated upon pretty much a Only Use New Blade remixed, who's not as fat apparently and isn't alcoholic, streaming on Twitch on a regular basis, making an ass of himself. And like I said, I get it. Like, he's These Knives Only. So he's got to, get all the knives. And this ballistic knife shows up in a Black Ops 4 Days of Summer pay to win. Yes. Actually, let's just get that clear. All the weapons and all the cool stuff in this new Days of Summer event for Black Ops 4 is hidden behind a paywall that is hidden behind a paywall of gambling, which, as you see here, took $500 for this guy to get the ballistic knife. And he's got our bum buddy friend in the Carnage clan who spent $800. That's right, $800 for the privilege to get a single weapon to use in a piece of game. Now, personally me, right? I wouldn't do this because, I've got a little, dignity, a little bit of, pride, a little bit of character, and I'm trying to stand behind, my word that in no way whatsoever, no matter how much money I would stand to make, by paying $500 to unlock something to make back maybe $1,000, a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, and get my money back and get the gun just so I can make some video content and then also pay for my habit of spending $500 for some stupid nonsense in a game that has horrible predatorial reserves in them. Like, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't pay the money to do it just so I can make some content. I would just be like, you know what? Listen, I'm going to take a stand. I'm not going to support this. I know I'm telling everyone else not to do it, but still, I'm giving them my money. You're still a transaction. And it also, keeping in mind, sets a bad example for the subscriber base of these people, because you know that the people who watch these types of videos are of a younger demographic for sure. Like the people that watch, your common Call of Duty YouTubers like Swag or Korean Savage, or like this guy, These Knives Only, or like a Merc Music, or even like a Prestigious Key, have definitely a large fan base of younger, easily persuaded, easily manipulated fan base. And when you are out here unloading $500 or $800 or whatever, showcasing a supply drop opening of you getting, cool weapons, regardless of the intentions and the fact it's a business for you, those kids see that as like, oh, wow, that's so cool, man. I wish I had that kind of money to buy those supply drops. And then you know what? They want to emulate people like that because they don't understand how of a huge ripoff they actually are. And if you say they're a ripoff, they're still persuaded by watching someone else unlock $500, $800 worth of COD point supply drops. It's just not a good look. It's not a good look at all. And it actually makes the community worse in the long run because it just perpetuates Activision's greed through positive reinforcement of people like you buying them, leading to more kids watching you open them, thinking it's cool, so they buy them. You get what I'm saying? And I mean, you kind of got to put your mouth where your money is, right? And like I said, some people are just going to sell out. Some people are just going to simply, choose to make an easy buck, make some quick content, and sort of, give up a little bit of some character, give up a little bit of some dignity in the sense while trying to make money. And that's just how it works, right? Some people are willing to do whatever it takes in order to make some videos, in order to make some money. And, also to put it in perspective, let's just put this in perspective. Allen Iverson practice here. We're talking about practice. Let's put it in perspective if I'm going to be fair as well. It's only a video game, right? It is only a video game. No one is forcing anybody to buy supply drops. There is a whole psychology behind it, though, that, it is predatorial, especially for younger people whose prefrontal lobes are not fully developed until they're 25 and don't really understand and have a harder time, coming to conclusions about this is my actions, this is what happens, this is the consequences, this is how it affects other people. And that's a scientific and psychological fact, if I'm being honest. But as an older guy, as an older dude, and not a young kid out here making a ton of money who's, having a great time, and my head might be spinning a bit with all the views and the hype and all the people and adoration of fans, and just maybe not slow down to think about it a little bit more, maybe put a little more thought into the process and how these kinds of videos and these kinds of YouTubers, like not just this guy, These Knives Only, but like Korean Savage, for example, yesterday after this whole Days of Summer drop, was live streaming to like 8,000 to 10,000 people, not talking negatively about the supply drop, titled the stream to hype up the supply drop openings, to hype up all the new guns and all the new weapons, and to hype up his stream based upon the fact of a rip-off microtransaction system instead of being honest. And he had tons of people in there taking donations, having a great time. But you know what? At the same time, ignoring the fact of how much of a rip-off this whole system is, and how at the end of the day, it's actually going to be banned. Let's be honest. Loot boxes and all this stuff is going the way of the past. It's going to get passed through Senate, and it's going to be deemed illegal, and they're not going to be able to do this anymore. But until then, these dudes are completely just out here riding it all the way to the bank. Fortnite is also a great example of, predatorial, enter my creator code, look at all the new stuff, look at all new skins. And I mean, that's better because that's an outright buy. But at the same time, you're trying to persuade kids, to go out there and buy the new skins, buy the new emotes. And I mean, like, that's another day for another conversation because that's a free-to-play game and it's not gambling. But at the same time, it all comes down to the influence that creators on YouTube and the power that they have over a huge, huge demographic of easily led young adults, teens, kids. And like, what are you willing to do? What responsibility are you going to take? And also, like, is it that big of a deal? I mean, like I said, we're just talking about a Call of Duty game, and it's not life and death. But what's that one quote from the ninjas that said, like, big decisions should be thought within one or two breaths, but all the little decisions should require a whole lot more because it's the little things that end up making the big problems. But I know some people aren't going to understand my point of view, and that's fine. I know everyone's out here like, let people get cash, let them get that money, let them do whatever they want to get the money, whatever it takes. People are gonna holler and get that money, and like, those people are fucking idiots. Let's just be honest. Like, they don't understand what they're talking about. Let's just get money. They're probably the same ones whose dads left them when they were 12 years old because his dad was addicted to crack because of some guy just thinking the same mentality about, let me just get that money. So anyways, to those people, go yourself. You're a moron. You don't understand what is going on, and you probably should just honestly make sure to get a vasectomy so you can't spread your recessive genes to anybody else and mess the world up any more than it already is. But you know what? At the end of the day, we're talking about Call of Duty, we're talking about gaming, but in this genre, in this universe, in this bubble of the world, I don't think, and I wouldn't recommend Call of Duty YouTubers to do this. I don't think it's good. If anyone else out here did this, I mean, obviously this guy's fans are a bit dumb. They're a little bit like not catching up. They're not really figuring out what's going on, or they just don't care because they're too young to realize the ramifications of people's actions and how they actually affect the game and the actual way the meta is played out in the long run. I don't know. But like, imagine Prestigious Key doing something like this. Oh my God, he'd probably lose like 50,000 subscribers. He would like totally be just ostracized from the Call of Duty community and wouldn't be accepted. If I did this, pretty much rest in peace my channel. In closing, I wouldn't do it. I don't think it's a good move. I think it's a negative impact and is actually a main problem with this community is Call of Duty YouTubers who won't take a stand and want the money and the easy cash and will do supply drop opening videos and won't talk disparagingly about them and just, you know, peddle that crap to their fans, and then their fans go and buy it, and just perpetuates this microtransaction nightmare that has invaded and infected Call of Duty. Long story short. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed the video. My name's 8 Thoughts. If you're new here, subscribe, and please hit that like button for some support if you've made it this far. I appreciate it. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, you all stay black and do what the high crack of the shape of the building movies on the brain chemtrails. Now that's all just cool tires that people watch all just flat news thing. Thanks for the white man. Breathe down.